Are more released WWE superstars set for a return, and two top AEW stars look unhappy with their position in the company. But first, Bray Wyatt has sent a message to wrestling fans. In July 2021, Bray Wyatt was released from his WWE contract to the surprise of many, and whilst he has teased a return to the ring in recent months, he has yet to appear in the wrestling space besides at conventions and meet and greets. With that said, it's clear that Wyatt has his eye on the wrestling business, as made clear by a recent message he sent out to fans. In his latest tweet, he would sum up his feelings on professional wrestling, making reference to several legends and even Ring of Honor and AEW, and he would say, "Wrestling is not a love story, it's a fairy tale for masochists. A comedy for people who criticize punchlines, a fantasy most can't understand, a spectacle no one can deny. Lines are blurred, heroes are villains, budgets are cut, business is business. But it can also be a land where dead men walk, where honor makes you elite, where demons run for office, and rock bottom is a reason to rejoice. It's an escape. A reason to point the blame at anyone but yourself for 2-3 hours, an excuse to be a kid again, and nobody matters except the moment we are in. Wrestling is not a love story, it's much more. It's hope. And in a world surrounded in hate, greed, and violence, a world where closure may never come, we all know a place that has hot and cold hope on tap, for better or for worse." In May of this year, Wyatt would take to Twitter to state that he is ready now, with this latest message only adding fuel to the never-ending Bray Wyatt wrestling rumours that have been going on since he became a free agent last year. With that said, we are still none the wiser on when or where his return will take place. But what do you think is next for Bray Wyatt? Let me know in the comments down below. Next up, two AEW stars are now officially married. Since going public with their relationship in early 2021, Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara have received backlash online, even leading to a heel turn on television due to their real-life heat that they garnered. Well, despite this, the couple are now officially husband and wife, having held their wedding ceremony on Sunday, August 7th, with many stars from across the wrestling world in attendance. Photos and videos of the event have since circulated online, with it being revealed that WWE superstar Nikki Ash was the bridesmaid for Conti, with them seemingly being friends from the Performance Center. Other names in attendance include Amanda Huber, Ricky Starks, Thunder Rosa, and many more. The marriage will no doubt give the couple more ammunition to get heat online and on screen, with them likely set to rub it in the face of their haters this Wednesday night on Dynamite or whenever they return from their honeymoon. Either way, congratulations to the happy couple, the Guevaras. And before we continue, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you don't miss the latest wrestling news, and drop a like on the video to help give it a kick into the algorithm. Next up is WWE set to scrap sports entertainment. With Triple H taking the reins as WWE head of creative, many fans have anticipated a number of changes in the future, with him typically viewed as more in touch with wrestling fans than his predecessor Vince McMahon. One of those changes appears to be how WWE refers to themselves, with them seemingly going back to professional wrestling, a phrase once frowned upon by WWE higher-ups. During an event named The Gathering in Charlotte, North Carolina last week, Jerry Jarrett, father of current WWE Senior Vice President of Live Events, Jeff Jarrett, revealing what he was told by a source in the company regarding a major change. Jerry would reveal that Triple H has called the crew for SmackDown and Raw, and said that they are going back to wrestling instead of sports entertainment, and he would say, "Hunter called this week and said, 'My father-in-law and Stephanie's father. We admire him and we respect him. He reached success that we would never know without him, but we don't know how to do it his way, and we're not going to try. We're going to try a new way, and I think the new way is to put wrestling instead of sports entertainment.'" Sports entertainment is typically viewed by wrestling fans as a watered-down version of professional wrestling, with pro wrestling typically having a more sports and reality-based presentation. How this philosophy switch will showcase itself on screen remains to be seen, but it will be positive news for WWE fans who have chosen to follow other promotions instead due to its presentation of the sport. And speaking of sports entertainers, a major independent wrestling star is set to return. On June 5th, then NWA World Champion Matt Cardona would suffer from a torn bicep, keeping him out of action up until now. This would force him to vacate his title, with Trevor Murdoch now holding the belt. Well, this past Friday, Cardona would reveal that he is set to return to wrestling following his recovery from injury, with him tweeting, "I am back. I will make my return to the ring at NWA 74 on August 27th. I will handpick my opponent from the incredibly talented NWA roster. Who's it gonna be? Hashtag still here. Hashtag almost ready to always ready. Since his WWE release in April 2020, the former Zack Ryder has become the hottest heel in the independent scene, using his past as a sports entertainer to get heat with the fans in GCW and NWA, two fan bases that hate the WWE style. The former GCW Universal Champion, a belt that he renamed the world title to, appears to be back on the road once again, with him set to renew his wedding vows with wife Chelsea Green at August 14th's GCW Homecoming, which will be officiated by Tough Enough Winter Maven in a ceremony that I'm sure will be completely respected by the GCW universe. Next up, we have a worrying update concerning CM Punk. All Elite Wrestling has been without its world champion since June 3rd, when CM Punk would announce that he has a lower leg injury, which will keep him out of action for an undisclosed time. Since then, Jon Moxley would defeat Hiroshi Tanahashi at the joint AEW New Japan Forbidden Door event, with fans anticipating a matchup to crown the undisputed champion upon Punk's return to action. This weekend on the Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer would provide an update on the Moxley-Punk match, revealing that it likely won't take place at All Out in early September as originally planned, but at Full Gear in November instead. And he would say, I know Punk was hurting pretty bad as of 2 weeks ago. I don't know if he's going to be ready for the pay-per-view, so it will probably end up being at Full Gear. It's worth remembering that Jon Moxley has continued to defend his title during Punk's absence, meaning it may not even be him who battles Punk when he returns. Either way, we likely won't know until much later this year, unless CM Punk can get back to full health in the next few weeks before All Out in Chicago. Next are more released WWE superstars set for a return. Since the Triple H era of WWE began just weeks ago, many wrestlers have returned to the company, individuals that were seen as surplus to requirement by the prior regime. Names including Dakota Kai, Karrion Kross, and Scarlett Bordeaux have re-signed with the company after previously being released, whilst Io Shirai returned to the main roster after her future was in doubt with her contract set to expire. According to a new report from Fightful Select, this could just be the beginning of Triple H's expansion of the roster, with him set to stay aggressive when it comes to reshaping it. And Fightful would report, we're told that several other talents have been discussed for returns and a feeling out process has occurred. Those that spoke up told us not to expect Triple H to step off the gas pedal anytime soon as he reshapes the roster to add depth. We've also heard of several talent meetings individually with Triple H that have already taken place during a busy first week of kicking Raw and SmackDown into gear. Over recent years, many talents that were seen as Triple H guys in NXT have been let go, with Vince McMahon not sharing the same vision for them, with many of them currently being free agents or under contract with All Elite Wrestling. But which names do you see returning to WWE in the Triple H era? Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, our two top AEW stars unhappy with their position in the company. Ever since the beginning of All Elite Wrestling, they have signed multiple top free agents, two of which include Andrade El Idolo and Miro, both who were released by WWE months prior to their signing. Since then, however, they have never really been pushed as top guys in the promotion. Whilst Miro has had a run with the TNT Championship, lately he's barely been seen on AEW television despite returning from injury on June 1st. As for Andrade, he has received television time lately, although not in a top spot on the card. Last week, Miro would take to Twitter to question AEW's decision to book outsider Mance Warner, Jon Moxley, with him writing, "Who's this guy that is fighting for the title?" A fan would then tweet Miro with thoughts on his AEW run so far, saying, "Miro, are you still in AEW? Seems you had it better in WWE." The tweet would then be liked by Miro himself, a sign that he agrees with his sentiment. Another fan shared a similar tweet online mentioning AEW's lack of major plans for Andrade too, and they would write, "Tony Khan, so you signed Miro to AEW away from rival organization just to have him do what exactly? Didn't think the day would come that I miss Rusev Day. He's been used worse with you than he was in WWE. Same goes for Andrade." Andrade himself would then like this tweet, a sign that he and Miro are on the same page when it comes to a lack of push. What this means for their future remains to be seen. Whilst they are under contract with All Elite Wrestling as it stands, it's possible that this unhappiness could lead to them exiting once their deals come to an end, or perhaps they may even request their release. Of course, this is just speculation at this point, but their reaction to the tweets show that things may not all be rosy in the Andrade and Miro camps. But what do you make of Miro and Andrade's booking in All Elite Wrestling, and more importantly, do you think they're going to stick around? Let me know in the comments down below. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 masked AEW wrestlers unmasked.